all fine. Are we running at optimal? Yes.
And we're back.
We're back.
Thank you, Eskom, for the break.
Yeah. Oh, that's miscommunication there on the attacking play. Easterns will get the ball back to the mark and try to set up a driving play. It's
just a little bit of lack of experience coming through there, but still Gauteng doing well to hold with the pressure. And that's the Easterns drive. It's very good at getting the defenders on the back foot there. Some nice solid touches.
Yeah. That's good good momentum play again. They'll look to set up attacking platform. Dummy scoop. Good dump again, but what was the call there? 6 up?
6 touches.
6 touches.
Number 10 from Easterns also going to Malaysia. She's in the mixed open squad as well.
Shannon Ryan.
That is correct.
Oh, that was quite a looked like a hard touch. The player went.
Ref's just having a word there.
I think there was a complaint of hard touches on the field in general. Playing with Shannon Ryan, I know that signal.
It is a tactic we kind of see in the game where we try and push the boundaries on the legality of a touch. If we can disrupt the movement, the momentum or the dump, then that's definitely something the players will go for.
Absolutely.
And nothing wrong with a good contest.
Tap ball, Easton's ball. It's a good dump, good scoop through. Is she through? She's through, she's dummy, she's being chased and she did get touched. Good tracking by the Gauteng defender.
Gauteng had their number on that one.
It did. Sharon, what will Gauteng try to do coming out of their half? Also set up a type of a drive? Is there a specific pattern that they will try to set up from here?
Well, I think right now they're desperate for a sub. The same group have been on for a little while. So they normally send it to the middle once and then they look to get the fresh legs on driving towards the sub box, which is exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
And now with only 2 touches left they'll look to attack, but unluckily drop ball there means Easton gets a chance to drive towards their sub box now.
Yeah. This is a game of territory, ladies and gentlemen. It's you can't score if you don't get to the try line, and that's where driving play becomes so important in this game. And momentum looks like a loss of control in the dump there. GTA will try with their new fresh 6 on. There's a penalty there.
Looks like she kicked the ball away. The referee's having none of that.
Yeah.
Possibly a little bit of frustration creeping in. On paper, Easton should be the better team, and it looks like they're not happy with their conversion rate at the moment. Getting to the line, but not quite scoring as often as they'd like.
Absolutely. It's a good dummy.
That's the captain, Michelle. She also went to Malaysia in the Youth World Cup last year.
Okay, so is there a few juniors in this team?
Few juniors, but a handful of experienced girls that have some World Cup experience as well. It's a good scoop there, and
looks like a try.
The referee's
given a touch.
That's very close. Gauteng will be happy with that. Breaking the line against a team like Easton's will always be difficult, so to put them under pressure will be very welcomed by their side.
Absolutely. Paige, you haven't played touch in a while. When's the last time you played?
In Stellenbosch we have this strange tournament called Dharma's Touch, and it's hosted by one of the male reses, and that was the last time I played touch, so about 4 months ago.
Okay, excellent.
Nothing like this. Very inexperienced players, so it was a bit frustrating as well.
Was it 6 down touch?
It was.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's interesting. When's the last time you played for Easterns?
Eastern Gauteng, I think it was about 2017.
Okay. So you didn't play last year at all?
Well, I was in Stellenbosch.
Yes, I know.
But difficult to play from there.
Yeah, sure. But coming up and seeing the players on the field, do you miss it?
Of course. A lot of the players I played with, and they were just below me, so seeing them play still gives me so much hope for the Eastern Gauteng team itself.
Awesome.
So it's really exciting.
Eastern's just scoring a try there on the hooter, it looked like, and that is half time.
Looks like that is the half. Definitely some great touch being shown by both sides. But I'm sure Easterns will have a chat about making sure that they convert a little bit more of their opportunities on the line.
Absolutely. Can we get a half-time score?
4-0.
Half-time score is 4-0 to Eastern Gauteng.
We'll be back with the second half shortly.
And we're back.
Are we back? We are back. My name is Calvin. On my left I have Sharon. On my right I have Paige. Must be my lucky day.
So
In
Kelvin,
front of
what
me I
would
have
you...
Ruben. In fact, I'll take that back. I think it's my unlucky day.
But Ruben's not as majestic looking now that he's cut his hair.
Oh,
He had the
look,
most magnificent locks and beard.
look, I didn't want to say anything. I know it's a touchy subject for him, but
Then again,
yeah,
World
anyway.
Cup's coming up. Apparently, streamline is a thing.
Yeah.
Less drag.
I think the less I say on the topic, the better.
So, Kelvin, as a member of Easterns, what do you expect the halftime chat to sound like?
I expect it to sound something along the lines of being quite a firm chat, because, you know, as you mentioned, probably a bit frustrated that we didn't convert as many tries as we should have. So would have, I think they're just running through a move there, and it breaks down when the player slips. Good defense by GTA there, but something along the lines of in the halftime chat about being more clinical around executing the line attack moves. So let's see if they can set that up. It's a scoop. Broken down. Yeah, ball is done.
That's a very good set of defense from the Gauteng girls, putting bodies on the line. They're not
diving.
afraid to dive, which is great to see,
Yeah.
especially in the girls' game.
Absolutely. A lot of these ladies still at school.
Many of them are. I think currently 5 of the 6 are still in school.
Okay.
Now 4 of the 6.
Okay. Is there a specific school?
So at the moment it looks like good representation from Parktown Girls as well as Crawford College Santon.
Are those two of the traditional feeder schools with regards to ladies touch for
Definitely.
Gauteng?
They've got a lot of Gauteng players in the coaching sector, so they're getting a decent amount of coaching and basics and all of that coming in. So it's definitely a good feeding opportunity from the schools.
Paige, you played at school level. What school did you go to?
I went to Redham House in Bedford View, and that also obviously falls under the Eastern Karting section. We trained there a couple times, which was exciting as the Eastern Karting team. You know, it's always good being on home ground.
That's it. And Redham House actually being Eastern's biggest feeder school for juniors. It's a breakaway. This is always exciting. There she got the legs to make it all the way. It's quite a foot race.
Wow.
But there was a great touch that was made. It looks like the player's injured herself, but she looks like she's okay. It was a great, fantastic chase and diving touch.
Now girls showing an incredible amount of commitment. And that's something that will definitely irritate and frustrate Easterns even more. As those should be opportunities for them to put away some tries, and the Gauteng team is just not backing down. They can be very proud of that.
Absolutely. She's fine. Looks like she'll be fine to continue. She's just taken a sub.
There you might see Coach Bassi just in the corner of the screen walking her player off. She's involved with the Gauteng ladies, and she's also going to be representing South Africa in the ladies team in Malaysia.
Oh, fantastic. Good yards. Cut back in. That's quick off the deck.
It's a lot of pressure off the line.
What Easterns need to do is look wider. They're playing quickly off the looking to dive it in, but they need to look at the wayward pass there. They need to look at spreading the ball more than one pass. Just spreading it 2 channels into the space, because Gauteng defending channel 1 very well. You know,
No, they've done well in the mids there. I think something that would possibly help the Easterns players a little bit is just get a little bit of depth. Looking a bit too flat on the line. I think everyone's a bit hungry for that try. Just giving them the space will also be beneficial to them as well. Looks like the Gauteng teams have their tails up. Their drive's looking good.
Sharon, you've got some strapping on your foot. Is that a injury that you carry?
Not necessarily an injury, just nursing an impingement in my ankle.
Okay.
Been seeing the physios. I need to make sure that I have nothing out of control leading up to the World Cup.
Okay.
So just a little bit of support to pull my arch up and take the angle and the pressure out of my ankle, but it's feeling good.
Good. That's good to hear.
That seems to be a touch player's tattoo, is everyone wears their strapping.
Absolutely. You've had your knee surgery.
That's
before,
correct.
ACL?
ACL and meniscus in 2016, and yeah, definitely not an injury I wish on anyone.
Paige, you had a similar injury?
In 2016 as well.
What did you have?
I also tore my ACL and my meniscus. Also wouldn't wish it on anyone. Yeah, and it was quite difficult coming back from that, but we've both done it.
Absolutely.
So you can always move forward from something like that as long as you have the mind to do it.
Yeah, 100%. That's definitely a mental injury more than a physical one.
Definitely.
Oh, it's a good attack in the mids there.
Great.
Referee's looking for
Good
clearance.
dive in. Try given.
Tries awarded.
Very good try. I suppose it's part and parcel of the game is injuries. It's a lot of load on the body and a lot of changing direction. So
That's correct.
it's a common injury. Is an ACL injury. So the three people in the commentary box today are all part of that club.
I think Easterns will be happy with that try. They finally reap the benefits of their hard work, and that's something that will give them a bit of confidence moving into the latter stages of the second half.
Absolutely. Sharon, take us through a typical warm-up routine. I know it is hot today, so the players sitting in the shade and watching, and then just in terms of preparing yourself to get ready for a game or for a big game, take us through a typical warm-up that you would take your team through, or that your team would go through.
So I think one thing that we as coaches kind of consider is that it's a tournament that's of multiple days. So each game you play stage for stage, but then you also got to make sure that your legs survive 3 days of playing. So in a touch tournament, because of change direction, running backwards, all of those things, you find that your quads end up getting quite fatigued, hamstrings as well, and then hip flexors because of all the change directions. That's definitely areas that you would spend a little bit more time warming up on. But for the most part, it's mainly a leg dominant warm-up, possibly shoulders for your divers, and I think the guys will enjoy upper body warm-ups more than the girls do. But yeah, for the most part, dynamic stretching, making sure that you get the hamstrings awake, glutes awake, and then quads as well.
Okay. So that's a good momentum try, what you call a momentum try. They started the drive from the halfway line and opened up the Gauteng defense. The referee's just deliberating, but oh wait.
Forward pass has been
Try
called.
has not been given.
It's a bit unlucky from Easterns. That was a very good momentum that they got there towards the line, and those kind of tries are very difficult to defend. So it's a bit unlucky from them, but I think Gauteng will be grateful for that.
Looks like a loss of control. It'll be Eastern's ball, and they can start setting up an attack.
Yeah, it looks like they're going
Good
straight
jump.
back into their notorious momentum drive.
Another dump. Let's see what they can do, if they can spread the ball. It looks like, what was called there? Paige, what have you seen?
Looked as though the ball touched the ground, but we're just speaking to the sideline ref, and we'll see.
What are they calling?
I think they were
Offside?
not falling back.
Okay, they're calling offside. Tap ball, new 6. Let's see what Easterns can put together on the line. Like I said, they want to look at moving the ball out.
So it'll be interesting to see the composure here. Easterns being a bit more experienced. And
Looks like a forward pass there. Again, a lack of experience there. Just sort of rushing their attacking play.
Definitely. I think they'll be upset with that because they had the opportunity. They had a brand new 6 on the line. It's not something that you really want to give away. So I'm sure they'll be chatting on the sideline for that. Gauteng just trying to get their subs on, but it's looking a bit static at the moment.
All the subs seem to be on. Is that touch 5?
Fifth and last. Looking to set something up.
Ball to the ground, yeah. It's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult to set up attacking play when you by the time you get to the line you only have 1 or 2 touches left.
That's correct. Ultimately, you want your drive to be good enough that you've still got at least 3 touches in hand to start attacking the line. And I think Easterns were reading that subbing move very well and shut Gauteng down a bit, and they just didn't have enough touches in hand, and they were still too far from the try line.
Absolutely.
This is a good drive from Easterns though. Possibly just needed to release there.
To the wing.
The link was a little bit isolated. The wing possibly in trouble there, but now they're driving in the middle again.
Long pass. That ball has gone to the ground.
You spoke about being clinical at halftime. I think Easterns need to work a little bit harder in that department, but still making it to the line, putting a lot of pressure on Gauteng.
What Easterns are doing well is they're sending up shooters to limit the amount of yards that they're giving to the opposition.
That's correct.
But Gauteng doing well to drive out anyway. Here's touch 3 and at the halfway line.
A little
Subs
bit of frustration creeping in. But they do have their strike player number 4, Jessica Potgieter, on the team.
Good dump.
Again, just running out of touches on their way to the line. So now we'll see Easterns driving it out towards their sub box. An unlucky error over there with the drop ball. It's not ideal. The girls were looking for a sub, so it means you want to get fresh legs on. They could possibly start to feel tired, and now you have to defend near your line. So we'll see how Gauteng capitalize on that.
Going the short side. There was space there, but it looked like the wing pass was on. Maybe should have released the ball. It's always easy to say from the commentary box, though, isn't it? It's,
very true.
When you're on the field, it's a different ball game. It always seems like you have a lot of time on the ball when you're in the commentary box, but in the game, it actually happens pretty quickly.
Gauteng having a go at the dive at the line, but the touch was good. It looks like the referees awarded them a penalty for the defense being offsides. So a brand new 6 on the line. Hopefully they can make something of it. Another dive. Touch is good. Looks like touch 3, they're still probing.
I must say line defense is something that Eastern Gauteng does work on quite a bit during our training sessions. So when a team does get through, you start wondering what went wrong then and sort of who broke that down for you.
Absolutely, line defense is something that a lot of teams spend a lot of time on. Wow, that's a intercept over there. But nevertheless, when you're on the back foot and when the fatigue kicks in, you'll often see that most tries are scored in the second half of touch games as opposed to the first half, and it's because of that. It looks like a breakaway. It's a good touch made by the GTA lady.
A bit of a scramble there. It seems to be some people assuming that the sub was on, and then the turnover ball caught the Gauteng team by surprise there. So now they have to defend their line. Easton's looking very confident, and that looks like a good try. Referee in a better position. He says touch was good. So Easton's looking to pull the Gauteng defense out so that they can attack a gap. And
just dropping the ball. It looks like she was in there. If she just
Yeah,
held on.
that would have been a beautiful try, just a bit unlucky to lose control of the ball there. There's no downward pressure in touch rugby like there is in rugby. The assumption is that if you put the ball down, you should be able to pick it up again. So just a bit unlucky there.
To have absolute control of the ball, I think, is what the rule says. That's good refereeing. Being very firm with the players.
And just a lack of experience there on the wing. Very unlucky for Gauteng to concede such a soft try, but I'm sure Easterns will be very happy with that.
Absolutely, and Paige in the commentary box, there's no doubt which team she's supporting here, because she was
bouncing up and down.
Bouncing up and down out of her chair. Paige, do you want to comment on that? What exactly was going through your mind back then?
Mentioning that the Gauteng team is quite a young team, that would also frustrate the Eastern Gauteng team, because the Gauteng team is doing so well to defend all of the Eastern Gauteng's moves, and so just relief maybe that we got through finally.
But it's safe to say you're supporting Easterns in this game.
You have to.
Well, you don't. It's a choice, and
but I'm loyal.
You've made that choice. I think it's safe to say that Sharon would be supporting GTA. Scoop through. It looks like a try. What is the ref pulled him back?
Two other players that dived for the scooper are claiming the touch. So we'll see what the referee has had to say. And he's calling a touch and pass. So again, Easterns will be breathing a sigh of relief there. Gauteng taking no prisoners, attacking the line there.
That's good driving play. Short side scoop. Looks like that ball was down. It's a good try. Good celebration there. That's what it's about. It's about at the end of the day, it's about having fun, and it's the feeling of scoring a try or doing something good on the field is what the memories that we take home as players, and that definitely looks like one of those memories that will be taken home.
Definitely, it's not a sport that we play professionally. We all do it out of the love of the game. A lot of us end up forking out a lot out of our own pockets to be here. So if we're doing it for the fun, then why not?
Looks like a forced sub there. I think that was for chirping or calling the calls, which is also a tough lesson. And again, I think it's good refereeing. The referee taking no nonsense from any players, and it's a discipline that a good player learns over time. We're all competitive, and we all get frustrated on the field, and you got to maintain control of that. And you'll often see younger players getting frustrated and getting sent off. Younger players than me, I think that's fair to say.
Absolutely. It's also in touch rugby, sportsmanship is very highly valued.
Absolutely.
So we don't really enjoy it when players lose their cool.
Yeah.
And the referees do put that as part of their discipline on the field, and they definitely facilitate that very well.
Absolutely. That being said, Sharon, when's the last time you got forced subbed or sent off?
That I actually don't know. I've been yellow carded in rugby, but I don't think I've been sent off in touch.
Really? That's interesting. Yellow carded in rugby, what was that for?
I'm going to blame my height, but it was for a high tackle.
Wow. You could really do some damage. You could really hurt another human being.
100%.
Like that,
I agree with that completely. I definitely deserved it.
You should maybe focus on being less reckless.
No, 100%. You are absolutely correct.
Eastern Gauteng seems to be touching really hard at this point. I think everybody's frustrated. The Gauteng girl, they're just telling the ref that there is an issue going on.
So again, the two strike players back on the field. We've got Morgan Johnson, player 14, and Jessica Potgieter, player number 4. Both go to the same school, so they do have a very good connection on the field.
It looks like a try. A try on the hooter.
And there we go. They'll be very happy with that.
Well done. A very well executed try. That's the end of the game. Final score will be 7-1 to Easterns. Thanks for joining us. Another good game of touch. A lot more to come here at Senior RPTs. Remember, tomorrow is finals day. That's crunch time. That's the real action day. So we look forward to that. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.